Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So guys, we are jumping on to Promise Kept's account. I'd like to say thank you to him, also to a ton of other people that yesterday messaged me and said, I pulled the new champion. Do you want to play around with him? Do you want me to level him fast? Throwing resources into a champion. So it's not because they've got him through the fragments, guys. They've managed to just pull him straight out of a shard. So we did a jump onto Promise's accounts. This is like an okay account. It's by no means like a whale fest. So I guess this is going to be relevant to way more people than this if I geared him in my gear. So I guess this is quite a good way to test a champion out for you to see if you think it's worth your time. This account's got good champs. We've got some very good legendaries already in the mix. But we got Drokgul. So Drokgul is Fragment collector right now. Really cool. I love the design as ever. Really cool looking skin. But his kit is kind of weird. And what I want to do is test out a bunch of stuff in this video, just really to clarify what some of his kit does and what it means. Some of the stuff is a little bit ambiguous. We've been talking about it on my Twitch last night. So if you're interested in that, by the way, my Twitch is Hell Hades TV. The link's down below in the description of all my videos. Come and join us. It's a real blast. So then, what have we got? A1, 20% chance of placing a stun. You can book this out and make it a 40% chance. Promise has said if I want to, I can throw books onto him. So he's gone and bought books for this. So fair play, man. So this can become a 40% chance to stun. This is his only offensive skill. He's an HP-based champion. Nothing else does any damage anywhere. So what I'd say is there's 0 point in you building him with like tons of crit damage, all that stuff. You should build accuracy to land the stun if he gets an A1 off. But really, in most situations, he's not going to be used for his stun. Okay? Which means you probably don't really care about books dropping here. You don't care about this extra damage. He's barely going to be used for that. He is all about his A2, increasing your attack and your defense, and if you're low health, throwing out block damage. So that's one thing he's used for. That can be booked down to a 3-turn cooldown, sorry. And he's going to be used mainly for this ability here, this passive stroke active A3. So the active is he places a shield buff equal to 15% of this champion's HP on all allies. That's pretty nice, guys. So 15%. Now, a few people were saying to me, I got it wrong yesterday when I did a video about this. So he gets an additional potential 20% shield. I think that is not then going to become 35%. I think you're going to get 20% of 15, which is 3%, added to the 15. So I think booking him changes this from a 15% shield to an 18% shield. I think that's what's going to happen. Again, it'll be really visibly obvious for that. So I'm not going to book him to start with. I'm going to throw his shield on, show you that. Then we'll book him. Then we'll throw his shield out again, and we'll show you the difference. I'm pretty sure I'm right that that'll be 18%. So you pop an 18% shield on your team of his health. So all you want to do is throw his health up really high, which makes him a high shield potential. And when that shield is removed in any way, so whether it removes because it expires, it's removed because someone like Madame cleans it, or it's broken because you've damaged through it, those allies whose shields are broken will counterattack the enemy that breaks the shields. When a shield is broken, the heal occurs instantly before any remaining damage is taken. It's a pretty cool passive ability here. People are saying, is this going to like break the Madame meta? Could do. We'll check that out. Does mean that he's going to have to have gone first. I'm going to check out if other shields break in, activate this as well in the same video. So there's a lot of stuff to test here, guys, to make sure that this skill works as it should. The A2 is cool because it buffs your damage dealers that are defensive and offensive. So I think in arena defense, this guy could be pretty useful. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's build him up and see what we can do. Okay, guys. So we're going to start off by doing the shield set test. Basically, how have I built them so far? We've gone HP on the ring, we've gone HP on the amulet, and I've gone HP on the banner. The more I'm thinking about this champion, the more I think I wouldn't build him with accuracy. just to get a stun off here, I wouldn't do it. I think his kit is all about going fast and placing his buffs. So higher the HP, the better. That gives you a bigger shield. The faster he's going, the better, because he's going to get those abilities back quicker. And I don't think you really worry about his stun unless you've got enough accuracy in your gear to just make it happen. But for me, I've pushed him to 83k HP because I want to put a fat shield on him with shield set. So for now, I've just done HP gloves, HP chest, HP gauntlets, and then I've found other items with HP on. So that's all we've done. A bit of speed, a bit of HP. This isn't a final build. This is a test. So does ripping off his shield set activate his abilities, or is it just his abilities that activates it? So we're going to go up against a Madame here. Let's hope that we're slow enough. Sorry, let's hope we're quick enough so that Madame wants to rip a load of stuff off. So he's coming in with his shield set on. We're then going to have a Skull Crown coming in. So it feels like AoE nukers from an A1 would be the best to pair with him in the arena. Anyone who's got a big AoE nuke, that when they rip that shield set off, potentially we just do a ton of damage. So they're going before us. She's taking it off of everyone. Nothing's happened. Okay, so that was a good test. Shield set does nothing, which also means that Chris shield does nothing. It also means that Warlord shield does nothing. It's only his abilities that are going to proc that ability. It's good to know. So let's just sleep these guys, hopefully get a bit of damage off. I didn't really want to do it that way around, but there you go. So let's now throw up his shield, which would be, I mean, it's kind of okay. Oh, she's taking it off. Let's leave that. Okay, first test done. Shield set does nothing. Let's move on with our lives. Right, okay, so I changed him up. I put him in lifesteal gear. We're going to try him in Clanboss as well as the arena. But I feel like high HP, still high HP, so we've still got HP chest, HP gloves, speed now on the boots to boost his speed right up. High speed and health pretty much in all the gear. I feel like this is his build, guys. High speed, high HP, so good survivability and big shields when he puts the shields out. I feel like that is what he's going to be used for. So if we went back into that same arena battle, maybe not that one because she's going to freeze us up. I just want to see now what happens here. So as I said before, like if you're going to use him for arena, I feel like the way he's going to be used is basically you get his buffs on. So let's just see what's happening here. We should be able to go before they go. We get his shield up. And it's a pretty hefty shield on like a low person. I don't get why we didn't just counterattack. Why did we not just counterattack there? Answers on a postcard. Places a shield equal to his health. Heals each ally. Yeah, it doesn't. There was no need for a heal. Whenever a shield buff placed is expires, removed, or broken, allies whose shields buffs are broken will counterattack. Okay, so just removing the shield doesn't do anything. So he's not a counter to Madame. 100%. You heard it here first. I never said that originally, guys. Pretend I've edited that part out of the video. Okay, well, it's good to know. He's not for the arena. We found that out. Okay, so he doesn't... that also means that shield set might still work on him. Okay. Right, so we're just going to quickly test if a shield set does work. Take 2. I'm just going to do it in a dungeon because it works exactly the same. I've got him in a shield set. Let's just not use his actual shield. I'm just going to use the shield set that he's in. Let's not auto it. Just on A1 stuff. So when they knock their shield off, it didn't proc. Okay, so it's exactly the same as we thought originally. A shield set is still no good for him. Cleared up. Spider might be somewhere where this is actually pretty useful. So we've got a Valk here for shields right now. This is quite a good change. So we're going to be running what's his name? I keep wanting to call him Gerptup, but that's not his name. Can't remember his name. Goldar or something. We're going to be running him in Spider. Let's see. He's fast. He's going to put the shields up again. So 15% of his health is a pretty good shield across the board. Let's just run it auto. I mean, obviously it's gonna eat through that shield pretty damn fast. It would have been a 12k heal. She didn't need it. Because this, for me, in terms of a dungeon, this is where I think he's got the most use to get back round to getting that shield off. But it's quite a long cooldown without books to get that shield off. Obviously, we've not booked him out yet. I've also not done his Masteries yet, so I'm kind of keen to see where I actually want to play with him. It's a weird kit, guys. It's a weird kit. I mean, I can't see him being more than a mid-tier legendary. I can't see it. I can't see... There is something about his shield ability that could be quite cool, I think. Maybe for Doom Tower it's kind of necessary. Maybe for Faction Wars it's going to be really cool. But we've got him in reasonable gear here. There's that shield again. Obviously the counter-attack when it gets hit off is kind of nice, but it's not crazy. So it's just come off there. Everyone gets their counter-attacks off. And heals as they come off as well, which is useful. It is useful in Spider. But it's certainly not crazy. It will be helpful for Aldrin Tribe's Faction Wars because they just struggle with the with healers. They just don't have much in the way of healers. So heals and shields together is going to be pretty useful. But I think he's got to be fast. He's got to have a ton of HP for him to be even viable. And he's certainly nowhere near the sort of shield you can get from a Sir Nick or a Warlord or a Blind Seer or a whole ton of them. So I don't know. It doesn't feel like Spider's he's gonna quite cut it for Spider. Maybe when we booked him out, maybe we do that now. Actually, we book him out on just all I want to land books on is actually here. This is okay for books. Actually, getting that back down to a 3-turn is good for books. This I don't really want books in. I don't think we need it. Fully booked. But again, we still got no Masteries on. But Masteries, again, I don't think are going to be that much of a game changer here for what we're doing, what we're testing. So, same fight. Now, remember, I thought the shield wouldn't scale up in terms of additive. I think it's multiplicative. I can't say that word. So, we'll see, because we saw shields to about here. Are we going to see shields just a tiny bit more, or are we going to see big old fat shields now? Actually, we'll be able to see... Yeah, I think it's just gone on 18%. I'm pretty certain it has. So, to book him out, you'll get a bit more. But what you really want, if you're thinking about books, is actually the reduced cooldowns. That's the only thing we're really looking for in the books. Reducing the cooldown of this ability and reducing the cooldown of the shields coming back in. Because the shields are both a heal and a shield, in effect. What I don't really love is this kind of like when the shield drops off, he heals. It feels a bit counterproductive. Is he giving us enough sustain here to deal with this? How quickly are we getting this stuff back around? Got another turn yet. It's almost too slow, guys. It's too slow for it to be a real value for the Spider. I mean, we've got a proper Spider tank here that can do a Spider tank job really well. There's the increased attack. She hadn't lost enough health to get the block damage out. So that didn't work, and she's dead. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be strong enough for this. He's in good enough gear to be able to deal with this, and it's not working. I feel like it should be, the block damage maybe should be less than 50% to make it really kick in more often. Less than 30%, you're already in like crazy danger zone. If I was to use him and do Masteries on him for this kind of Clanboss setup, I'd do a pretty standard Clanboss build. Like this. If you was to use him in the arena, I guess you would go for full defensive setup. probably coming into, you'd either run him high resistance into this, unshakeable, or you would run him to do something like this, reduce the damage from the rest of your team, because he's got high HP, but I think he would die through that. Or you'd run him with like a high HP stack, which is probably one of the worst final ones to go for. So I don't know. I'm struggling with this guy. I would probably run him as a defensive secondary tree to try and get some counterattacks off. Or, no, maybe not actually. Maybe I'd go with this. Boost shields. HP into increase the value of shields, into boost shield damage, shield amount, boost shield amount, and try and extend it on for more turns. But it's already on for a lot of turns, actually. That's maybe not even a good one to do. I'd certainly be running this. Turn meter boost as it runs off. Pushing Law of Steel onto him. Probably increase the value of heals as well. Maybe this one. Maybe we just see that as well in Spider with those Masteries on. Just quickly. Does that kind of change the game for us? You know, so we've now got the Mastery set up. We get bigger shields coming out. Potentially. We've got it moving as quick as I can for reasonable gear. So it is, I mean, it's a fair chunk more shieldage, actually. With the right Masteries, you get a fair chunk more shields. Maybe this does make him more viable. So she gets a counter attack off there. And it's not a big enough shield to, I mean, if you think about a Miscreated Monster shield or a Santa shield, she would be able to take a couple of hits at least there. So it drops off, and what sort of heal do we get? 13k, so it's no different really. Yeah, okay. So I think even with Masteries, he is a bit lackluster. We'll get him into Clanboss and check him out there. So if you don't have a counter-attack champ, and yeah, I feel like this could be where he could actually give us some use. So no counter-attack champion. We get increased attack and increased defense is his default to do first, rather than the shields. That's interesting. I don't mind that, actually. Get the shields up now. And then obviously, as you go through the fight, it's almost like the equivalent of getting that additional hit in every time that shield breaks. But it's not every time it falls off. It's every time it's hit off. So you need to get through a couple of these early stages before you really get the benefit from it. In an unkillable team, I think he could bring some value with this A2. I'm sure some big brains are going to work out a way to get value for an unkillable setup with his A2. And, I mean, healing every time those shields drop off for 13k is actually quite a big heal. It's actually quite a big heal. A 13k heal, is it enough to keep your whole team running? Probably not. But if you think most of your Clanboss champions have probably got somewhere between 30 and 40k health, you're healing for about a third of their health at a time, which is kind of nice. So increasing attack and defense is great for an unkillable setup because you're going to do more damage. Block damage is obviously good once you can tune that in. The shield thing with the counterattacks, yeah, this for me, this at the moment feels like his best place in the game. Probably is his only significant place in the game. So again, I've got no Masteries on him. I've not done that yet. He's taking a stun. Probably because of buffs, I think, now I didn't see. So we should start seeing some of these shields get hit off, are we? Maybe we're not far along enough yet. So right now, if you compare it to a counter-attacker, we've lost, 8 rounds worth of counter-attack damage because shields just... He's not hit as hard enough to hit any shields off yet. So, we're starting to get shields in now. Certainly the heals coming in and the shields coming in will keep us alive for longer, yes. Is the Clanboss doing enough damage yet to knock these shields off us? Turn 11, 12. No. Still not doing enough yet. I suppose, in terms of keeping us alive and stuff, that's kind of cool. But what we really want is damage. We really want some damage out of it. So the shields are just kind of wearing off. And then I don't know if that frozen banshee is even built to be killed like that, but... Okay, next day, are we coming in? Are we going to knock these shields off this time? No. Yeah, the shields are kind of just wearing off. Here we go. First one, it's actually knocked it off. All the counterattacks coming in. It's fine. I don't know, guys. I mean, my verdict is pretty lackluster, really. He feels a bit like a Gerptuck to me. He feels a bit like a Gerptuck. Like, his kit is interesting, but I don't really know where you would use him as he is right now. This is where you see that we're starting to get some counterattacks coming in. I don't know where you'd use him right now. The only place I can possibly see in my head that he would be properly useful is Faction Wars and in an unkillable team if you can tune it right. Otherwise, right now, I'm not particularly impressed. Maybe I'm missing stuff, guys. Maybe you say to me, Hell Hades, I cannot believe you didn't try him doing X, Y, and Z. Comment below what that X, Y, and Z is. I can't think of it in my head right now where I would be super excited to get him into my team. Don't know, guys. Comment below. What do you think? Did I miss something? Is there a way that you'd be using him that perhaps I've not thought about? I've been Hell Hades. I don't know what to say. I'll catch you later.